The planet Osvirus was a bustling hub of trade, technology, and diversity. It was a melting pot of species from across the galaxy, all vying for a piece of its promise. Amid the neon-lit streets and towering spires, no one noticed the small, disoriented figure stumbling through the crowds. She was a young alien girl, her silvery skin marred by dirt and bruises, her large, luminescent eyes filled with fear and confusion. Her name was Lyra, though no one cared to ask. She had been separated from her family during a chaotic skirmish in the outer territories, sold to traffickers, and eventually abandoned when she became too much trouble. Alone and terrified, Lyra wandered aimlessly, clutching a small pendant that was the only connection she had left to her family. The streets of Osvirus were unkind to the vulnerable. Merchants ignored her, travelers brushed past her, and enforcers treated her as little more than an inconvenience. Hunger gnawed at her stomach, and exhaustion weighed heavily on her small frame. She collapsed in an alley, tears streaking her face, resigned to a fate she couldn't escape. But fate had other plans. Eric Hale was a human trader, a former soldier who had seen more than his share of galactic conflict. After years of fighting, he had chosen a quieter life, piloting his modest freighter, the Stellar Haven and trading goods across the galaxy. Eric had a gruff exterior, but beneath it was a heart that couldn't ignore suffering when he saw it. As he navigated the crowded streets of Osvirus, Eric's sharp eyes caught sight of a small figure huddled in the shadows of an alley. Something about her stillness, her defeated posture, made him pause. Against his better judgment, he approached. "Hey," he called out, his voice softer than usual. "You okay?" Lyra flinched and tried to shrink away, her eyes wide with fear. Eric knelt to her level, keeping his movements slow and non-threatening. "It's all right," he said. "I'm not here to hurt you. You look like you could use some help." Lyra hesitated, her gaze darting to the pendant in her hand. Eric followed her eyes and saw the small, intricate object. It was clearly alien in design, a keepsake of some importance. "That's yours?" he asked gently. She nodded, clutching it tighter. Eric sighed, running a hand through his scruffy hair. "All right, kid. Let's get you cleaned up and fed. Then we'll figure out what to do." Back aboard the Stellar Haven Eric set about tending to Lyra. He gave her a warm meal, a clean blanket, and a safe place to rest. As she ate, he asked questions in a calm, patient tone. Slowly, she opened up, sharing fragments of her story in a halting, melodic language that Eric didn't fully understand but could piece together. He learned that she was from a distant colony on the edge of explored space. Her family had been caught in a raid, and she had been taken, sold, and abandoned. The pendant she carried was a family heirloom, and her only link to a home she wasn't sure still existed. Eric's chest tightened with anger and pity. The galaxy could be a cruel place, especially to those who couldn't defend themselves. He resolved to help her, though he knew it wouldn't be easy. Their journey began with a visit to the local authorities, but it quickly became clear that they had no interest in helping a lost alien girl. Bureaucratic indifference and corruption made it impossible to even file a missing persons report. Frustrated but undeterred, Eric decided to take matters into his own hands. Using the pendant as a clue, he began scouring records and contacting old acquaintances from his military days. The pendant's design led him to a trail of traders and smugglers who might have information about Lyra's origin. It was a dangerous path, but Eric's determination was unshakable. Over the weeks, Lyra began to trust Eric more. She learned basic words in his language and started helping him around the ship. Her natural curiosity and intelligence shone through as she explored the Stellar Haven her laughter bringing warmth to the cold, metallic corridors. For Eric, it was a reminder of what he had fought for during his years as a soldier. Protecting the innocent, giving them a chance at life, that was what mattered. Their quest led them to the outer edges of the galaxy, where law and order were tenuous at best. In a decrepit station orbiting a dying star, they found a smuggler who recognized the pendant. He claimed it was from the night harry, a reclusive species known for their unique craftsmanship. The night harry homeworld was hidden, its location known only to a select few. The smuggler demanded an exorbitant fee for the information, but Eric paid without hesitation. He would do whatever it took to reunite Lyra with her family. The journey to the night harry system was fraught with danger. Pirates, treacherous navigation, and failing ship systems tested their resolve. But through it all, Eric and Lyra grew closer. She was no longer just a scared, lost child. She was his companion, his responsibility, and his hope. When they finally reached the night harry homeworld, it was a sight to behold. The planet was lush and vibrant, its skies filled with iridescent clouds and floating islands. The night harry welcomed them cautiously, their luminescent forms shimmering with suspicion and curiosity. Eric presented the pendant, and Lyra stepped forward, her eyes shining with hope. The night harry elder examined the heirloom and then Lyra herself. After a tense silence, he nodded. "She is one of us," the elder said in a deep, resonant voice. "She is of the Ilveris lineage, a family thought lost. You have done a great service, human." Lyra was embraced by her people, her tears mingling with joy and relief. Eric watched from the sidelines, a bittersweet smile on his face. He had done what he set out to do. As the night harry prepared a celebration for Lyra's return, the elder approached Eric. "You have shown great compassion and courage. The galaxy needs more like you." Eric shrugged. "I just did what anyone should do. She deserved a chance." The elder handed him a small, glowing crystal. "This is a token of our gratitude. It will guide you when you are lost, as you guided her." Eric accepted the gift and turned to Lyra, who ran to him and threw her arms around him. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice clear and strong. "You saved me." He hugged her tightly, his own eyes misting. "Take care of yourself, kid. You're stronger than you know." As Eric boarded the Stellar Haven and prepared to leave, he felt a mixture of pride and sadness. The ship felt emptier without Lyra, but his heart was full. He had made a difference, and that was enough. As he sailed into the stars, the crystal the elder had given him glowed softly, a reminder that even in the vast, indifferent galaxy, one act of kindness could light the way for others.